All right, so my first trade this morning was in the middle of the early morning. Uh, AMD has been breaking out lately, so it's like taking candy from a baby. Um, so we got this big bull bar, and I saw this move down, and so I drew a box around it, and then I dragged it to the top to see. In theory, I'm thinking, okay, we'll probably hit a measured move. I think this is a great entry. I entered as this bar was uh, somewhere around here. So I want to say, let's just call it 460, 240, which is all well and good, but I didn't measure my risk. And so that would be more risk than I would like to take because let's say I put my stop below this bar. That would have been $280. I entered with 70 shares. Um, the risk to reward is not as good as I thought either. So, I went for a $4 target, and that's $4 risk. So, it's a 1-to-1, not the greatest. I think it'd be better if you just, bought on a limit order. I was looking at it afterward, and I like the closes, like so the open of this bear bar and the close of the open of this hold up, the close of this bear bar and the open of this bull bar. So that would put you at around 461. And that gives you about a little less than a $6 reward and about a $3 risk. So that makes a good about 2 to 1 risk reward. So I didn't play this right. I did end up making money on it, but I just didn't do it properly. So then later on AMD again, uh, I made a terrible mistake of buying on my phone when I wasn't looking at the chart for some reason. So I pretty much bought at the top of this bull bar, 462.42, I think it was. And I'm like, oh, it's bouncing. We're in a range. So again, I wasn't looking at the chart or else I wouldn't have bought this. You're in the middle of the range that I had drawn here. Um, and if we're bottoming out here, which was a previous low, then you want to be buying down here. And so I bought and I thought, oh yeah, 20 shares, no big deal, but then I check it out and we're all the way down at 452. So 20 shares, uh, what is that? That's almost, that's $200. So all of a sudden I'm down $200. But we get this big move and I'm like, all right, well, I don't think I looked at the S&P 500 and the S&P 500 was looking good. And so I was like, let me add to this. I bought 20 more shares, probably a little below 453, and it bounced immediately. We got a nice strong bull bar, and I like that. And um, I put my target above this bar. I thought, okay, I think we're probably going to clear this. And once we got in here and reversed, I was like, okay, this might take a while, but I think we're trying to form a gap above the EMA. And so I held, and we got this strong bull bar, and I took profits a little early, pretty much right at the top of this bear bar. And I don't know what happened to it after. I blocked myself off the website so I could lock in my profits, but it slowed down. So, this it's looking like a range day. So, I think it's okay to take profits a little early. Um, but because AMD's been in a breakout, you want to lean toward the side of keeping your target. But I think the entry was terrible. I think I played the rest of this very well. And then I took one trade on IREN today. So I entered right here. Actually, I entered in the middle of this bear bar. Um, we got this higher low, and I was like, I like IREN testing $59 or $60 today. Um, because we had a breakout, I think it was on Thursday, to 71 or $2. And so it's just been, behaving, pretty wildly. I think that long term, this stock has a lot of potential. So, I was like, all right, let me take the higher low. At the least, I think it'll go to 57.80, I think, which is around here, which is good risk reward. I actually measured the risk reward here, and it was about double or triple, so two or three, and I got stopped out. And you can see, so at market open, sold off, reversed, boom, pretty much tested 59.50. So, if you got in down here, if you bought 100 shares, which is what I bought, you would have gotten a nice $500 move. So those were my trades today.